So I'm back out on the trails in the Myrtle Beach State Park. I kind of came out here because I wanted to see if those wildflowers had bloomed. They actually kind of look a little bit worse for wear today. They haven't bloomed yet, and they're looking like they're getting eaten by some kind of bug, which is really a disappointment. But I was hoping they would bloom before I left, but today's my last day here, and I'm kind of at a crossroads. I'm having a little bit of a dilemma. The weather in Tennessee is not supposed to be fantastic for hiking tomorrow, so the Smoky Mountain Trail is off for that. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna be tomorrow. I'll figure it out. But today I wanted to devote a lot of this vlog to talking about my process, because a lot of people have asked me how I do what I do. How do you go out in the sticks in the middle of nowhere, in the woods and everything else, and manage to put out a vlog every day of hiking, but also a live stream? Well, it's not as complicated as you would think. It did take some planning before I left the house, though. The first thing I did was make sure that my phone got an unlimited plan so I wouldn't have to pay for any extra data. I have my laptop with me, which is where I do all my editing. So during the day, I go out and I film everything, which of course doesn't require any signal or connection. And then at night, what I do is I will take the images off my phone and download them onto my computer, which of course also doesn't take any sort of network. I edit the video up as best as I can, and yesterday's was particularly a challenge because I had probably about 4 hours of footage between the boardwalk and me walking along the beach. So usually when I get back to camp at 8 o'clock, that's a good 2 or 3 hours of editing. And then I just have to figure out how to get the file out into the internets. And that's where the challenge comes in. So sometimes these places have Wi-Fi. It's usually not good. Usually a 15-minute or less video will take, hours. So what I try to do is, if you can get LTE signal with at least 2 or 3 bars, you're golden. So I'll transfer the video back to my phone using an AirDrop from Apple, but you can do it on a PC. It's probably even easier. You just transfer the file back to your phone. Then you go to a location where you've got 3 bars of LTE signal, and you open up your YouTube app, you upload it, you put in your rudimentary data and all that kind of stuff, and you hit upload. Now, I don't usually even bother to fill out any of the rudimentary data or anything like that. Usually most campsites I have at least some signal or Wi-Fi. So I'll just upload it under test or whatever, unlisted. Then I go back to my campsite. I tether my phone to my computer if I don't have Wi-Fi or any kind of reasonable Wi-Fi. And then I go in there and I edit all the metadata stuff, all the SOE garbage. I'll edit that up and I'll upload a thumbnail that I do in Photoshop. And that's the process. Usually after I finish uploading my vlog for the next day, what I'll do is I'll go on my phone and I'll set up the live broadcast feed scheduled for 10 a.m. And then I go back to my computer. I'll edit up a nice thumbnail for the live stream. I'll send it over to my phone, and then I'll use the phone to add the thumbnails. So then I tether up the computer again, and I go into the event section of the live stream where I'll see the live stream that I created on my phone. And there I will add all the information, the SEO stuff, and all that kind of stuff. For some reason, it doesn't allow you to add the thumbnail from there, so you have to do it on your phone. That's a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. So once that's all done, then I know I have my live stream all set up for the next day, which is awesome, because believe me, the time between 9 o'clock when my vlog comes out and 10 o'clock when I'm supposed to go live can be extremely stressful. So then I have my live stream set up for the next day. And believe me, this is important, because the time between 9 o'clock when my vlog comes out and 10 o'clock when my live stream is live is extremely stressful. By far, totally rush hour of my entire day. At 9 o'clock, I go on all the websites that I generally frequent and talk to as many folks as I can, post my videos in all kinds of different places, and then usually about a half hour before my live stream, I will grab the link off the phone And of course, for whatever reason, you can't get the link from your computer. So I grab the link off my phone, text the link to my wife, which will put it on my computer, and I copy that link on my computer, and with it tethered to the internet in some way, usually through my phone, if I don't have a Wi-Fi connection that's at least reasonable. And then I share the live link with the going live in however long it's going to be before I go live. Then the challenge is finding an LTE connection that will support a live stream. Now usually, since I've been hiking all day the day before or whatever in that area, I have a pretty good idea where I'm gonna be able to get a decent signal. Sometimes my campsite will actually have 2 bars of LTE. If you have 2 LTE bars, you're probably okay. You should be able to stream from there without too much of a problem. If you are in a situation where you only have 1 bar, you gotta go find some place that has better connection. And if you got 3 bars of LTE, you're golden. Even in the remotest of locations, 2 bars of LTE is not the hardest thing to find. I'm a little bit surprised about that. But I know that's the biggest question, is how do I connect when I'm in these remote locations? And the truth is, the cellular companies have done a pretty amazing job of finding ways to make sure that you're connected whenever you want to be. And that's pretty awesome. After my live stream, I will generally go on a hike and film for the next day. So it could be a really extremely difficult process. There's no question it's not easy. The hardest days are the days where I travel because, for example, I'm moving to another location tomorrow. I don't know where that is. I haven't figured that out yet. But depending on the length of travel, I'll get up as early as I possibly can. I'll pack everything up, toss it in the car, and head towards my destination. Now, I have to keep that 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock hour in mind. Usually around 9 o'clock, I start thinking about where I'm gonna stop for my live stream. So then I start checking my Wi-Fi signal. If I'm still on the road, then I start checking the signal on my phone. When I see a location that maybe has decent signal and might have an interesting place to shoot, I will pull over at that location and get set up and do all the marketing piece between the 9 and 10 o'clock hour and just kind of sit around and wait for the live stream. And this is the only way that you can do it because I can't pull off the side of the road at 10 o'clock and just expect to have a signal. It does take a little bit of previous planning. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's really worth it because you guys really seem to enjoy what I'm doing. And if I'm being perfectly honest, this is living the dream for me. I'm getting to do some amazing things. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the ride. Here's that cool swamp area that we saw the other day. I just love this. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an explanation as to how I manage to do this every day. Now here's the thing, I'm using my iPhone, that's all I film with. When you film with your iPhone every day, you kind of start to take note of locations that have service and that sort of stuff. I couldn't possibly do what I do without an unlimited plan. Just wouldn't be possible. I'd be paying so much money. And there's always the risk because these unlimited plans are really only unlimited up to a certain point, and then theoretically they can throttle your data during peak hours. Luckily, a lot of the times when I'm uploading, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's not really considered a peak hour, but it is something to consider. It can be a pain in the booty. So I think that pretty much covers it all. I wanted to make sure that I explained the process to the folks out there who may be interested in doing something similar. Believe me, with a little bit of prior planning, you can do exactly what I'm doing. It's not as hard as you would think. And there is nothing more fun than doing live streams from wherever you end up. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm in a full-on panic before the live stream goes live because I just don't know. I just don't know whether it's gonna go off without a hitch. But then again, if I was at home, I still wouldn't know. And I wouldn't have all these beautiful backgrounds to look at and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm blessed. It doesn't get any better than this. So the Blue Angels thing was unbelievably fantastic today. Hopefully you guys get a kick out of it in the video here. There was one point where one flew right at the treetops. I mean, it couldn't have been more than 500 feet above my head. And of course, I didn't see it coming because I was looking over this way and it came from over that way. And you cannot hear them until they're right on top of you. And the sound that that thing made, I'm sorry for going Star Wars on you guys. In one of the episodes, one of the new episodes, Boba Fett is chasing Obi-Wan. And he leaves these depth charges out of this ship. And the sound that that thing makes in the movie is almost exactly like what I heard. And I'm not sure if it's going to show up on video because I haven't had a chance to edit it yet. But I'm really looking forward to it because it scared the shit out of me. No kidding. No kidding. As you can see, I got a fire going on here. I'm pretty excited about it. So I've got some interesting plans for tomorrow. I'm gonna go hike a trail in Georgia. It's about a 6-hour drive away. So I'm not exactly sure how long. My schedule tomorrow is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna try to pack up everything tonight, get in the damn car as early as humanly possible so that I can get in a hike tomorrow because I'm only in Georgia for one day. It's right outside of Atlanta and there should be some waterfalls in it for us. Then the plan is to go do the Smoky Mountain Trail hike. So I'll be leaving from there and going up to Tennessee. And that's the plan. But it took me all day to figure out how the logistics for this were gonna work because, well, it's tough to get a campsite. So that's the way it is. But I'm super excited about it. And hopefully we have some great trails in Georgia. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna chill out here, enjoy my campfire, and probably end this for the night because I've got a long slog ahead of me to get the edit done and then get everything packed up so I can leave really early. But I'm still releasing this at 9 a.m. and you'll still get some sort of a live feed from me. Wow, look at my hair. What a disaster. You still get some sort of live feed from me at 10 a.m. So don't fear. I don't know where I'm gonna be, but it's gonna be awesome. So from me and Piney, we will see you at our next stop. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so you can find a way to come and hike with me. And also, subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you know when I'm going live. This is where I tell you where I'm gonna be and where I'm gonna hike for the day so that you can come and hike with me and win a $50 Amazon gift card. It's gonna be freaking awesome. That's it for me today. I'll see you on the live stream in about an hour. Have a great day.